Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Volvo Christian, and welcome to the Easter egg, Volvo's EX30. So this is a press car from Volvo Car Norway. I'm on my last days. Today is Wednesday and I have to deliver this back tomorrow on Thursday. So I'm on my last day and I have waited as long as I could so I could get the most experience out before I'm making this video here. Because in this video we're going to talk about the 5 good things with Volvo's EX30, and in tomorrow's video I will talk about the 5 bad things. So I'm going to make the good, bad and ugly regarding Volvo's EX30. So as I said, we're going to talk about the good, the bad and the ugly with Volvo's EX30. I will divide it into 2 different videos, and in this video we're going to attack the 5 good things with Volvo's EX30. But before I'm starting, I just want to give you a little backdrop if you haven't followed the entire EX30 journey here on my YouTube channel. I've compiled a playlist, so if you want to see the previous videos. But this is the second press car from Volvo Car Norway that I have. The first one, I picked it up like 2 weeks ago. It was a single motor extended range, maybe 3 weeks ago. I had that for 10 days and I drove that 2,500 kilometers in and around Norway. Mountain passes, winter scenery, city driving, country roads, highways. That was vapor grey with the indigo room on 20-inch alloys. So I got to really get to know that car. And then I picked up this one last Wednesday, a week ago. This is the Twin Performance on 19-inch. Mass yellow with the mist interior, the tailored wool. And I've driven this one for about 1,200 kilometers. And then the cherry on top, that last Thursday and Friday I attended Volvo's the big winter drive up in northern Sweden, a place called Luleå or Harad. And I got to experience both the extended range single motor and also the twin out on their ice track on a frozen lake. So if you summarize everything of this, I have actually driven about 4,000 kilometers with Volvo's EX30. And I wanted to drive as much as I could so I could be totally in line with myself on what was the 5 good things, what is the 5 bad things. But yeah, this is just my opinion. So before we kick it off with the list, I just want to make it totally clear that this is just my personal opinions based from my 4,000 kilometers in the EX30 and also my previous 12 years of ownership Volvo cars, from the V40 via XC60, XC90 and yeah, now I'm driving an XC40. My personal opinions, and there's going to be a bunch of people that disagree with me, and that's totally fine. But let's keep the discussion in the comment section polite, and I would love to hear your opinions. Maybe you disagree with me, maybe you have other things that you appreciate with the EX30, but let's talk about it in the comment section, and I will do my best to reply to every single comment. But yeah, I think it's time to kick it off. The 5 good things with Volvo's EX30. So let's get through it. I'm actually going to cheat ever so slightly, because instead of going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm actually going to jump straight into 2 and then afterwards do the 5, 4, 3, 1. That's because we were starting on the outside, and also because my top 3 are so important, and the top 3 good things actually make up for some of the bad things I'm going to talk about tomorrow. And my point number 2, what I really find appealing with Volvo's EX30 are the exterior design. From every single angle, but maybe in particularly the rear design, and especially these taillights. I really find it to be quite handsome little thing, cool urban city SUV. Let's see if we can get it to open again. And also the indicator lights. I really like this light signature. And I can overlay some pictures that I took out on the bridge here. But I find it really appealing from the side view, from the front aspect, the front fascia, the Thor's hammer LED. I see I'm still flashing my tail lights, all of my indicator lights. But I find it quite appealing from every single angle. The front view, the side view, the alloys, black roofline, It's quite an attractive package. And when we talk about exterior design, I'm also quite hyped over the cross-country variant that's coming in. I'm not sure when Volvo will release it, but it's probably like 1 to 2, 3 months away. So it's not far away. But exterior design, that is actually a huge thumbs up for me. And then we're back on my list with number 5. And one of the things I have really gotten to appreciate with Volvo's EX30 are actually the winter capabilities. And more specific, the ESC traction control. I think it works excellently. The tuning on the ESC are working so darn good, both on the single motor extended range that I got to experience both on snow and ice here in Norway, and also snow up in on the test track, and also the twin version. They work so darn good. And obviously you need to have a good set of tires. If you're driving on snow and ice, personally I'm going studded tires, but these are just friction tires, winter friction tires. So tires are really important. But I'm actually quite impressed on how good it handles if you slip and lose traction unintentionally, like out of a roundabout, in corners, intersections. The way the ESC takes you back in, it really is confident inspiring. And for a safety brand as Volvo, it's important to have this thing in line. And I find it, the handling on the ESC and traction control, just excellent. That's one of the things I have that I appreciate. That is really good to drive on winterly conditions. But as I said, you gotta get good tires. And that takes us to point number 4, and that is actually the interior storage possibilities. And especially the door pockets. I have to use a little prop here. This is the case for my laptop. I forgot the laptop at home, but I brought the case in my camera bag. And as you see here, so much space available in the door pockets that you can put a laptop. And this is one of the things I appreciate with my XC40. Generous amount of space in the door pockets. Not so much in the rear, but the front doors, really spacious. It's actually also much space available here in the center console. We have this cup holder here, double cup holder. You can just push the top part away to have just a storage room. You can also push it in halfway or the complete way. And then we have the space underneath here, under here. I have my camera mounting bracket for the window. And I'm not sure what you should use this space to. Maybe you have a little handbag or some food or something, I don't know. But under here you have a little storage room. It's pretty shallow, but you can at least, I have a little more camera gear, some keys and small things. Yeah, it's pretty long, but it's shallow, so you can't put so much big items here, but you can at least cover it up. And then you have the charging solution here on the left side, and under here that you can access from both sides are this storage holder. You can store more things. Pretty cool design with this mousse thing. The only thing I would prefer is to have some felt material. Because if you have something, say you have your keys, and this is the same actually down here. You can hear this plastic, you can hear stuff moving about, but that was a little digression. We're not going to talk about the bad things. But yeah, storage, one of the things I appreciate with both the XC40 and the EX30. Good amount of storage here. And now we can jump over to number 3. And that takes us elegantly over to my point number 3. And surprisingly enough, it's actually the interior design. I wouldn't thought I was going to say that, but this is just from the design aspect. I'm not talking functionality or user experience. I'm just talking about design, how it looks for the eye. And especially here on the tailored wool mist upholstery. You have this tailored wool upholstery on the seat, also in the lower inserts of the doors, and on top here and on the dash we have this flux material. This feels like textured, and I think this both feels and looks much better than the previous press car I had with the Indigo room, with this blue plastic. That looked, in my opinion, like a cheaper version and not so upscale as this. I think this looks pretty good. but this is just personal preferences. I prefer this one. And one of the things I appreciate with the interior are these different layers here you have on the dashboard. This flux material, and then we have ambient lighting. You can also select different, did I press the wrong icon? Select different mood lighting. You have this forest theme with like a green yellowish hue, like the sunset, midsummer, Nordic mood, and this northern lights. So you have this ambient lighting. This looks pretty good in the evening. And then you have this black dashboard thing. Not sure what the material it is on this one, but yeah. Either way. But the cool thing between this dashboard element and the Harman Kardon soundbar, you have just a little touch of this flux material. It looks pretty darn good. Just like a little centimeters or 1.5. But it breaks it off with all this black, and you get really interesting design with these different layers. And I really enjoy and appreciate this. Just a little touch that makes it more interesting to look at. We have air vents, yeah, but the design, I actually find it to be quite appealing and clever. So interior design are actually my number 3. So we're almost at the end. I have already talked about my point number 2, that was the exterior design. And now it's just one thing that's remaining. But before we start on number 1, or talk about number 1, I just want to do a quick summarize on the 5 things. So number 5 was the winter capabilities and the ESC. Number 4, interior storage. Number 3, interior design. And number 2, exterior design. That leaves us with number 1. And this is the definitely highlight with the EX30, and what I find the most appealing and attractive with the EX30. And it has actually been my number 1 since day 1 or day 2. And now, today, after 4,000 kilometers and a lot of hours in the EX30, it is still my number 1. And that is actually driving experience. It's actually pretty pleasant. Both on city driving, highway driving, country roads, mountain passes, winter driving. It's really pleasant, and you can expect it to be pleasant on city driving. It's a really urban little thing, pretty nimble and agile. You can expect that, probably. It's a short little car, short wheelbase, and the wheels are tucked in each corner with a minimal overhang, both front and rear. So you can expect it to be pretty nimble and agile in the city core. But what I didn't expect was that it was so pleasant on the highway and the country roads, and it managed to even out most of the imperfections. Not going to say everyone, because the small undulations, then you can feel that you have slightly firm suspension. Just going to wait for this car to pass. Yeah, you can feel that you have slightly firm suspension. It's not uncomfortable, but these small sudden indentations or undulations, I think it's the word, small imperfections in the road, then you can feel it that you have a firm car or a heavy car. But on a regular basis, on a regular highway and country roads, it's actually quite pleasant, quite comfortable. And I've spent a lot of time in the EX30, and I find it to be quite good. It actually drives almost like a class above, almost like my XC40. So driving experience are definitely the highlight for me. For being such a small car, it handles all scenarios I have thrown at it pretty good. As I said, the only thing I can complain about are the small undulations and maybe small speed bumps where you can really feel it. But beside that, I have no complaints on the driving experience. That is the key element for me. So appealing and fun to drive. And when we talk about fun, this is such a blast if you suddenly are on a frozen lake. You can really hustle about the EX30 Twin. So both in a practical way and the regular work commute, this is a great package. And also if you have an ice rack available. So all in all, yeah, hats off to the EX30. That was my 5 good things, not 10. That was my 5 good things with Volvo's EX30. Do you agree with my 5 things? Do you disagree? Do you have something that you find interesting, an opinion that I haven't mentioned, drop it down in the comment section and let's talk. And then now I will make the next video with the backside of the medal. But now we're doing the slow clap for the EX30. That was it for this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate every comment, every like, and for new viewers, if you will consider subscribing to my channel. So that's it for this time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.